Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our playthrough of Dominions 4. If you remember, we're continuing to push against Abyssia in the south. We have one choke point we need to hold, so we are going to move our armies into that choke point. We're re-assaulting Gwyth in the south, in the south to try and take back that castle. We're moving some troops down from the north to hold this choke point. Abyssia has amassed an army in the north. Hopefully they won't take our cave province. We'll see if the units that we have recruited up here, the Co-Oni, are able to hold that cave or not. And we're continuing to recruit this massive undead army in the south because we have the gems for it. So let's go ahead and end the turn and see what happens. And not a lot of exciting events, but a couple things to go over. First, if you remember, several episodes ago, we got some necromancers that joined our cause. Well, looking at them, it turned out that 2 of them have blood magic, and we've been slowly gathering up blood slaves in the background because of one of our magic sites. So I went ahead and researched the first levels of blood magic, so we'll be able to maybe summon some demons, use those blood slaves for something good. We've gone ahead, cast our Pale Riders, cast our Behemoth Summoning. We looked for more magic sites. It looks like we found one. It's going to be a nature site. Great disaster is happening. Let's take a look at this. The Augur foresaw a great disaster, and proper measures were taken to halt the unfortunate chain of events. Great. In Gwyth, we've breached the castle walls. We're curing diseases and afflictions among our armies. And in Gwyth, because we have so many troops, diseases are affecting ours because we can't feed them properly. So let's take a look at that. It looks as though there's 285 supply here, and we're using 288. We have quite a few troops here. They're set up in a pattern that I think should work. I don't want us to just sit around and spend a bunch of time not taking this castle, so let's do this. Highlight our troops, set them all to storm the castle. Now, we could sit here for a longer period of time, slowly whittle down whatever troops are inside this castle, but that's no fun, so let's go ahead and take it. No big armies here moving on us. This, it looks like they've pulled their armies back, so they won't be assaulting our cave, which looks great. In the north, we still have this kind of stalemate with Femoria, and Pelagia is still locked in the ocean, can't come onto land yet. So, I'll go ahead and set up the rest of the turn. See you in a moment. And we have everything set up for the turn. This movement that you see over here on the part of the map, that's the mages we have searching for sites, just moving around to different territories to continue searching. We also have Lita with a couple more of those bottles of living water, just bringing those down to the front lines, again from our temple and our laboratory in the north that we built. We have this assault set up, and we have all of our normal background summoning happen. So let's end this turn and see how this assault goes in Gwyth. We've completed some more research in blood magic. Let's take a look at that. It looks like at level 5, we're starting to get to the point where our 1-blood necromancers aren't going to be able to do much. I don't see much else summoning here, and we're not going to use them in battle, so we'll be switching our research next turn as well. We cast in a Banelord, just needed another commander to control our troops. And our 2 necromancers have cast some bone fiends and summoned those, some undead demons. We'll check those out in a moment. Got another behemoth. But here's what we want to see. This is our assault on the fortress of Gwyth. Let's watch this and hope everything goes well. So we have our stolen Abyssian troops here in the front lines. Ooh, there's not much here. We have our pale ones up next. Those cheap Ascension troops here. Our mages set to do their communions. And look at all these water elementals. And we even have a couple of those rotting elephant behemoths from Ermor that we've been summoning that made their way over here. So let's go ahead, zoom out a bit so we can watch this. it looks like on their side they have a couple warlocks, low-level blood mages. This guy could cause us some trouble. He's Anathemet Salamander. Because he's a holy priest, he can cast spells that'll hurt our undead. Here are all of those sneaky devils they've got. These are the misbred. Basically, what these are, the Abyssians trying to breed themselves with demons or other creatures to make themselves more powerful. The misbreds are like the demon breds, but they're the combat version. You can see, though, that most of them have been wounded, so we don't have to worry too much there. Let's see. Another warlock. Couple warlocks, couple demons, several of these warlords. Not much we have to worry about. It looks like these are all the leaders that are left, and most of their troops are dead. So let's watch this go play out. We're going to take some damage from the arrows from the walls, but that's okay. There's all of our communion spells. And we should see our cascade start happening soon. There they go. Tiring their troops out. Already up to 41 fatigue on some of these. Let's take a look. There go our water elementals. Couple spells hitting our undead, nothing for us to worry about. Here, in our back flank, this is why we want to make sure we're protected. These are the Serpent Fiends from Abyssia, and those Serpent Fiends can fly, so they can attack our back ranks. So it's a good thing we have all these troops here to stop them from getting to us. Hopefully they don't cause too much damage. Of course, we're fatiguing them so heavily. Oh, that guy's about to run. That hopefully will slow them down. Oh, we've got troops running. That's never good. Again, fatigue spells. There go our undead. It looks like we've taken out all of the serpents that were flying. The other nice thing about fatigue is it's what's used as the main resource to cast spells. So if you look at these guys, oh, not you. The warlocks have so much fatigue they can't cast high-level spells either. Oh, that enslaved mind spell that we love to see. Free troops from the enemy. Look at how few Pale Riders are left. But they did the trick and took the brunt of the damage, it looks like. And I think we're about to rout them all. Yep, that's going to do it. So let's take a look at how that turned out for us. Again, the Long Dead Horsemen, we lost a whole bunch. No, not too bad, considering. So we lost one augur. Most likely this was one of those serpents getting behind our lines and maybe getting one on the very end. We lost one of our Legatus Legionis. We'll have to see who that was. But, again, with the amount of battle happening in the back flanks of those flying serpents, not surprising. A couple standards, a couple of our militias, some of our stolen Abyssine infantries were killed. Our warlords made it through that we stole. We lost 21 of those cheap troops. Not bad. But we gained a warlock. We gained a warlock's apprentice. We gained this holy guy. Is now part of our army. We'll have to check out and see what stats stay with them when we take them over. And then here, again, wiped out everything they had. So 47 lost to 54. I'll take that. Couple unexpected events. We have signs of some activity in the ancient ruin. Perhaps a mage should go check this out. Well, last time we did that, we just got a bunch of stupid spiders. It was a waste of our time, so we might not do that here. Magic gems have been found in the prime of this season, plus 14 nature gems. That'll be useful. And we're doing our curing of afflictions and disease. So now we've taken this fort over. We have a good place to start building up troops to fight against Abyssian assault there. Let's go ahead and take a look at those bone fiends that we summoned. Oh, this is a mess. They're in here somewhere. Nope. If only you could zoom in on this section. There they are. Let's take a look. So the Bone Fiends are the skeletons, undead skeletons of demons. Bone Fiends are skeletal demons summoned from the underworld. They are believed to be the remains of dead devils bound by the laws of death. That is not dead which eternal lies, and with countless eons, even devils die. So, if we look at them, pretty good defense skill, okay hit points. They don't cause fear, but they are mindless and undead. Not too bad. So we'll regroup, get our troops ready to keep marching, and we'll see if we can just continue to take Abyssian lands to weaken their ability to fight back as they lose their income. You can see that they are getting down to their last couple territories. So let me go ahead and set that turn up, and we will see all of you in just another second here. So we have our turn set up to go ahead and continue assaulting provinces from Abyssia. I think we might be able to quickly wrap around and wipe them out. We do need to watch out because a lot of these provinces have very little supply, so our troops are going to be damaged as they march, but with what we have going on back here for our other wars, I'm not too concerned. We also have some of our reinforcements coming in to reinforce any troops that we lose. So we'll go ahead and end another turn and continue to fight against Abyssia. And it looks like we're continuing to research blood magic because I forgot to change that. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look. Are there any spells that we need to look into? I think we've pretty much researched the majority of the magic pass because it's taken us so long to get this far in our battles against Abyssia. Let's go ahead and finish out, evocation. Maybe we'll find some spells there that we like, when we have so many mages in the north that we just have a huge amount of research. More Pale Riders. We cast the Ritual Rebirth. See if we can get another hero to come back from the dead. No magic sites found. We have the battle at Elder Hill. Not really worth watching. We took this province. It was all province defense. We lost one Ascension, and we lost one of our adventurers. Oh no! Not poor little... Oh, we'll check that out. He was leading some troops. We'll look at that in a minute. We found a champion skull. It was this guy, because he had a champion skull as one of his magic items, so he should have paid more attention on the battlefield, I guess. Great Disaster that was stopped by our augur. And Gravechill, who I've completely forgotten about, was apparently attacked in Menace. And Gravechill is no more. Let's mourn Gravechill, one of the greatest undead members of our army ever to live. He lasted a really long time. Sad to see him go. But he's undead, so who cares? 4 battle afflictions cured. Let's take a look at what we're looking at in the map. We don't have the eyes in the back here anymore. This is where Gravechill was when he was killed. Very sad. But as you can see, there's not a lot of troops here. 40 enemies, mostly fire snakes, ogres, couple of Abyssian infantry. And over here, only 1 enemy unit. With not much here, and these being choke points again for us, we might as well continue advancing and taking these areas. So we have a couple troops left over, kind of sitting around from where that one augur died. Let's give them to this guy here. Tell him to guard that commander. And over here, we have all these spare troops where that one guy was taken out. But we'll just give him to this adventurer down here. Spread them out up here as well in this big block. We got room for y'all. Even that guy. Set these guys to guard the block in the back. That's probably what happened, is we don't have as big a back army here. So if there's a lot of flying units, we can run into trouble. A single assassin in this territory. We'll need to make sure we're doing patrolling afterward. So we'll send these armies in a continued forward march against these territories. I'll set up the rest of our rear side recruitment and site searching, and then we'll go ahead and end the turn and see how these battles turn out. And we have more results from the battles. We cast Pale Riders. There was the battle in Towin. Hardly any losses. Not much was there. Then a battle in Anglavania. Kind of big losses here. We lost 37 ascenses, but without watching the battle, I already know what happened, because if you look down here, one fighter drake. And almost all of this, I'm going to guarantee, was that one fire drake doing the damage. But we killed him, got the beast trainer, got the warlord. Look at this, we gained a couple more. We took the fire drake over. That's awesome. Gained a couple more infantries, gained a couple more warlords. We're just going to be fighting them with their own troops, which is great. Unexpected event in Chibia. 219 gold, always good. Battle afflictions cured. Some units cured of diseases. Let's see what we have up against here. Again, I'm just looking for choke points. And with not many units here, there's no reason for us to stop our march north and our march here either. Because we're also gaining even more gems as we take these areas. We'll be able to do more searching. It looks like if I take here, we just need to keep track of this. There's a couple ogres. Let's make sure. If we're going to leave this province kind of hanging out in the wind, we got so much money. Let's just spend a ridiculous amount. Make sure we don't leave anything with nothing in it. We don't need a lot in these provinces because there's no way for them to be attacked this turn. We'll be building a fort up here in a minute. Once we take some more provinces, which we'll be using to recruit our troops for our final push against Abyssia, which things are going great finally over here now that we just have overwhelming force. Get our backup recruitment moving that direction so that we can reinforce our troops. And something else that happened, let me find him here. I didn't even realize Dahuna, our prophet, is back from the dead. He's now a mummy in our army. I hadn't realized we had been able to summon him. A mummy is a dead hero brought back from the dead with a dark ritual of rebirth. The dried and leathery body is stronger than it was in life and retains all of its magical powers. The mummy is constantly surrounded by a horrible wind of leprosy. So not only is Dahuna back, but also Umrig, who I have no idea who Umrig was. Apparently he was one of our heroes, one of our leaders that died. So, what I'm going to test is Dahuna still looks like he has all of his holy powers. So I'm going to see if he can reclaim this throne for us and start helping us out a little bit more. Let's go ahead and move him north. Plus, if we park him here, there's no troops for him to infect with his plague. So we'll go ahead and move him up and try and take that as well. So we're set up to take more provinces, reinforce with our armies here. We're going to build a fort next turn up in this area so that we can continue to fight. I think we'll probably be best off. I think we'll want to take this territory right next to Abyssia's main homeland. That way we don't have to recruit troops and move them and move them and move them and then attack Abyssia, and we can get them whittled down to just these 3 provinces left over. So I'll go ahead and set up again more of our background recruiting, and we'll finish out the turn. And folks, with Dahuna back with us, I'm going to continue to cast this. I want Bob back, everybody. We're going to get Bob. But we found another magic water site, which is great. Got a couple more battles here of us continuing to fight into Abyssia's territory. We've taken another land of theirs. Ooh, this was a really large battle. We're going to go ahead and watch this one. What's that large? Oh, look at this. Oh, this is a big force. Let's see who's here. Got a good number of Abyssian infantries. We've got, what is this? Magic snakes, blood slaves, warlocks, slayers, even their assassins are attempting to stop us at this point. They feel us coming. Griffins, more anathemate dragons. Everything you can think of is what they're throwing at us. They know that their days are numbered. Zoom out a bit. Oh, looks like they're going after their stolen brethren that have joined our cause. Why are you up here in the front? We'll need to take care of that in a minute. Oh, look at this fire everywhere. Come on, water elementals. Get in there and hold them up. Fatiguing the enemy. Oh, look at that. Our water elementals are just wiping them out. Our block of Abyssian troops in the front is holding them up. Now our regular troops are moving in for the kill. They smell blood. We have our small undead group of troops down here coming in as well. And they're not even getting close to our mages. More enslaved mind. And we've defeated them. So that was a lot of troops. It looks like we lost 28. What was our biggest loss? Our cheapo troops we have here. We gained some more of their infantry, some more of their warlords. We lost some more undead guys, but no biggie. We gained another fire drake we'll be leaving behind. We lost a couple shades. Took out almost everything they had. Looks like 4 of their commanders got away. Not a big deal. But everything else no longer in their army. That is great. We have the battle in Morn Woods. Not nearly as impressive. A warlord and a scorpion versus our entire army, and we stole his scorpion. That's just sad. Ooh. There was an unexpected event in Sofekte. Your servant has found a treasure. Unfortunately, it was guarded by a monster. There was an assassination attempt. We found some gold, black steel plate, and a starfire staff. Unfortunately, we lost our augur to this wight in single combat, to be expected, but in Sofekte there are so many augurs, it doesn't really matter. An unexpected event in Almond Forest, found an earth gem. Battle fix is cured, and now in Scraw Point we've got the starvation happening because our armies are so large. Well, here we can see Abyssia's final stand. They've got a large number of armies up here in the north. We're going to make sure we get our reinforcements up here to make sure we don't just get kind of wiped out in the background. We're going to continue building up our troops here, but things have finally turned our way in the battle to become a god here in Dominions 4. We'll see you next time on the next episode of Gaming with Grug. And as usual, we hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.